Hey there, today I get to bring my A-Force roster to the table for the first time against Evan's interesting 3 affiliation roster. My name is Nate, and welcome to the Gamers Guild. For today's game, I brought a new roster I'm excited to get to try out that is a mix of A-Force and Asgard, since there is a bit of overlap between the two teams. So currently my roster consists of She-Hulk, Wasp, Captain Marvel, Okoye, and Valkyrie, along with Thor, Loki, and Enchantress for all of my affiliated characters, with Wong and the Mind Gem rounding out the roster. And for those of you who are wondering where Angela is, well, she is on the paint table as I wasn't quite able to get her finished in time for today's game, but she'll be replacing the Mind Gem soon. With that said, Evan managed to steal priority from me through a tiebreaker despite my roll of 3 hits and a crit. He decided to choose the Secures while I got to pick the Extraction objective. We ended up with Black Order's Cosmic Portals and Hammers of the Worthy, with Evan opting for 18 Threat. So I decided on bringing She-Hulk, Captain Marvel, and Okoye for my in-affiliation characters, backed up by Wong and Enchantress. I went a little bit more wide because being able to keep scoring my back point with Wong or Okoye I think is going to be pretty valuable, while still letting my heavy hitters move forward to do work while either getting some bodyguard support from Okoye or healing from Wong, depending on how it works out. For tactic cards, I'm bringing She-Hulk's Personal Drop-Off with Special Delivery, along with A-Force Assemble, Med Pack, Field Dressing, and a personal favorite with Disarm. And with that, let's see what Evan is bringing today.
Hello everyone, I'm excited to be back and ready to get another game in. So for today, I'm trying something a little different, at least for me, and that is my roster has the ability to be 3 different affiliations. So the 3 that it could possibly be are the Cabal, the Criminal Syndicate, or the Brotherhood, and the 10 that I have are Kingpin, Nebula, Baron Zemo, Mystique, Taskmaster, Crossbones, Red Skull, Magneto, Sabretooth, and Ultron. And I kind of just wanted to try having a little flexibility, and maybe my plan at first was to, especially if I didn't win priority, to kind of react to what the scenario was and whatever Nate picked. I did win priority and I went with Secures, and I chose the Cosmic Portal, and then Nate chose the Hammers. So once those were picked, I had to kind of think about what I wanted my squad to be, and I decided I wanted to get a little aggressive, especially with the Hammers, and I figured the Cabal might be the best way to do that, to get that extra power from attacks. So obviously that starts with Red Skull, and then I've been really curious about Magneto and Cabal, so I picked him, and that of course is 10 points. So from there it was kind of just filling in the other 8 because we're going to 18. So then I picked Ultron and Sabretooth to round out the roster. So a little unusual for me. I usually don't go with 4 characters, and I usually when Nate and I play, I have more. So we'll see how it goes with me, hopefully maintaining priority for most of the game. For Texas cards, I took Brace for Impact, Cosmic Invigoration, Age of Ultron, Med Pack, and Extreme Conditioning. A few classics in there, and Extreme Conditioning to try to help some of my slower people, namely Magneto, move a little bit better. I'm hoping to be able to be somewhat mobile with what I've got, and then just, I don't know, I think there's going to be a bit of a brawl with what Nate's got. So I'm excited to see where it goes, and looking forward to it.
This should make for quite the interesting game with Evan's more elite Cabal that should be able to be pretty aggressive. So I'm excited to see how it plays out, but I think him having priority on this first turn will actually work to my favor. Before we get into the game, if we have a quick look at the board, you'll see that Okoye has called her friends for backup as the Cabal have invaded Wakanda to obtain control of the cosmic portals and the powerful hammers that have fallen through them. All of these small rocks will be size 1, with some of the larger rocks and panther statues making up our size 2 terrain. The stairs and wall sections will be size 3, with the temple being our single size 4 terrain piece and the gateway being size 5. We also have the ritual circle that will act as a size 2 terrain piece that cannot be interacted with. And with that, let's get into deployment and the game. Alright, so here is our deployment on a all-D objective map, so things are really spread out. On my right side here, I have Enchantress with her bodyguard Okoye, facing off against Ultron and probably Red Skull. Magneto sitting mysteriously directly in the middle, so I'm not really sure where to count on him going to. Wong holding down buyback point, and then over here on the left, I've got She-Hulk and Captain Marvel facing down Sabretooth. And with that, we will get into round number 1.
Alright, so in the power phase, Magneto gets the construct, so he's going to drop that off up there and get the extra power for it. And then I'm going to start with Ultron, and Ultron is going to fly on over here. And we did a little pre-measuring, and we think that if he's sitting up top here, he can be within range 1 of that hammer. So I will go ahead and spend the power off Ultron and pick up the hammer.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be it for Ultron.
Alright, so my first activation, not a lot's going to happen on camera, but off camera plenty is going on. Wong is going to spend his first action to meditate to gain 1 power going up to 2, then spend that 2 power for Faithful Assistant, which will allow him to give 1 power to a character within range 3, in this case being Enchantress. Then he's going to move medium up to be within range 1 of those objectives and be done from there.
Okay, next for me, I'm going to go with Red Skull, and he will do his normal Master of the Cube and Cosmic Cube thing. So first I'll do Cosmic Cube, which will give him 3 power, and I'll roll 5 dice.
5 dice, hoping for lots of skulls.
There's 1.
There's 1, so we'll take a little bit of chip.
Yep, and then I will spend that 3 power immediately to Master of the Cube Magneto. So he's going to go just like that. Yeah, he should have enough to go here. And then Red Skull himself, for his second action, is going to go... he's just going to move up a little bit, so he's contesting this point. So to like right here.
Absolutely.
And that's it for him.
Alright, well, don't ask how it works, but it's magic, so it just does. I'm going to go with the Enchantress, and she's going to double move. First one, not quite balancing. Thank you very much. Getting her to go right over there. Keep getting in the way a little bit.
There you go.
But second move, plenty of space just to get on this objective herself. More importantly, within range 1 of Ultron up on high, she's going to spend the 3 power, one of the extra ones that Wong gave her, and use her kiss to steal the hammer. And that is Enchantress done.
Alright, next up I'm going to pass.
Makes sense. You've only got 2 activations left to my 3. So I'm going to go with Okoye, who can easily move medium, get within range 2 of that hammer, and pick it up for her 1 power. And she is going to hoof it over to her best friend, Enchantress. Get into about right there, and that will be Okoye done.
Okay, after a lot of deliberation, I've decided I can't risk sending Sabretooth by himself up my right side, so I'm going to have to go with Magneto, and I'm not quite sure this is going to be in range, but if it's not, we'll make something work. So I'll spend a power, pick up the hammer here, and then he's going to move his lovely short movement. We're going to go as straight as possible here. And make sure it's in contact.
All right, range 3.
Oh, I don't think so. Wait. Your call. You got a better look at it. Oh, after I did that, it is. But
I was about to say, let's roll a dice. If it's a hit, crit, or wild, you get it. If not, it's not.
nope.
Nope.
All right. So in that case, All right, well, since that's not quite in range, I'm just going to have to start thinking about positioning for future rounds, so I'm not sure exactly if he's going to be safe over here, but I'm going to move Magneto and just kind of prop him up against this side of the train there, and that's it for him.
All right, so turns out drop-off is still a card as long as you are in the A-Force. So I'm going to go with Captain Marvel. She is going to move medium to the edge of range 2 of her good buddy She-Hulk. And then they are both going to spend a power to play Special Delivery. This is basically a She-Hulk exclusive drop-off. So I'm going to go right here. Captain Marvel's going to end up going a little bit more this direction, so that hopefully if she does get pushed by that stupid thing, she goes directly into the rock. And then get her a little bit that way. She has to be within range 1 of She-Hulk. Or She-Hulk has to be within range 1 of her. I'm going to go right there, which hopefully ends up being within range 2 of Magneto. So we're going to start this off with a 7-dice strike into Magneto.
Okay.
Well, thankfully, he does not have enough power to use his own special ability.
Right.
So we got a 7-dice strike. Decent. We got 4 successes.
All right, so I've got 3 physical defense and blocking nothing.
So taking 4.
Yep.
Alright, She-Hulk will gain 4 power, but as for Captain Marvel, she is now done.
Okay, last for me is Sabretooth, and I feel like I pretty much have to go get that hammer. So he has long movement, so I can get there pretty easily in 2 moves. So I'm just going to place him here, as far away from She-Hulk as possible, which I don't think is really going to matter, but you never know.
Worth a shot.
Yeah, spin a power, and excuse me, Captain Marvel, I'm going to take that, and that is it for him.
Alright, which leaves it to She-Hulk. Alright, so She-Hulk has some options here because she's within range 2 of Sabretooth and Magneto, but she's also within size, she's size 2 from this nice little size 4 temple. So she's going to spend 3 power and chuck that thing at Magneto, who I'm going to guess is going to spend 2 power to bolster his defenses a bit.
Oh yeah.
So we've got 5 incoming damage against 6 defense dice.
All right, here we go.
Did get a crit, but I don't
Not
think it
gonna matter.
matters.
All right, so he'll take the last 2, and he'll drop this hammer.
Yep.
Like.
I'm going to put it within range 1 of She-Hulk. She'll spend one of her last 2 remaining power to pick it up. And she will then turn her attentions to Sabretooth. And so her first action is going to just be an 8-dice strike into him.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not an excellent one, just 4 hits.
It's not too bad.
Against his nothing.
Right.
So he will take 4 and also become slowed. Matters a little bit more for him in his long move.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to decide if I want to attack back. I don't know that it really matters. How much power does She-Hulk have on her?
Just dealt 4 damage.
Yeah, so okay.
She'll have 5.
I guess I'll take a shot while I've got the opportunity.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be his Untamed Force ability. Is that right? Am I reading that right?
I think so.
Yep. So I can make a claw slash attack, so that's going to be a 5-dice physical attack against She-Hulk.
Cool. She's got her 3 physical defense. Couple crits. Alright, pretty good.
So 5.
5 successes. She-Hulk blocking some of it. She'll block 2, so she'll take 3. Alright, so She-Hulk has a little bit of extra power, and so with the 3 damage, she'll spend that 3 for her superior weight training and throw another sensational uppercut into Sabretooth's jaw. This one will be 11 dice because of the weight training. And you know what? The 4 crits makes up for the lack of productivity elsewhere. A lot of successes.
Yeah, I don't know if we need to count that one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right.
And maybe there was one less, so maybe 9. I think that wild maybe
Doesn't
came
really
up when
matter.
it. Yeah.
Blocking 2. So I'll take the last 2 and be dazed and drop his hammer as well.
All right. She'll gain 2 power, spending 1 of it to pick that hammer up for herself. And that's She-Hulk. All right, so that is the end of the round. For what it's worth, Evan did remind me, and when She-Hulk took a little bit of damage, her leadership triggered, and I will give that extra power over to her good friend, Captain Marvel. And so at the end of round 1, I'm scoring the 4 hammers, the back point here, as well as the side point over here. So I'm going to be scoring 6 to Evan's 1.
Yep, at this point.
So quite the swing here in the first turn. And with that, we will head into round number 2.
In power phase, I am going to place my next construct right there, and we'll see what happens with that. Now, we did look it up. Player effects happen before crisis effects, so unfortunately I do have to place that before I see where people might move, but that's okay. I think that'll work still.
So you're the one who gets to move them anyway.
That's true. So, so speaking of the crisis effects, we've got a vault here. Sabretooth is within range 1, so I'll roll for that. And he does
not.
Okay. Next up for me is Red Skull.
Nope.
Nope. And finally Ultron. No.
Also no.
All right.
All right, so that means I'm going to roll dice. I'm going to go down the line in the same order, starting with Captain Marvel is a no. She-Hulk is a no. Wong is a no. And Enchantress is a no.
All right.
So nothing exciting happening there, which is kind of okay for me. And with that, we'll go to Evan's first activation.
All right. So the power phase events maybe weren't exciting, but hopefully things get a little exciting for me here. So I'm going to start with Magneto, and he is going to use Shrapnel Blast. So I've got a construct within range 3 of him here that I can use to target. So I will be targeting both She-Hulk and Captain Marvel.
Absolutely.
So we're going to start off with She-Hulk.
All right.
So that's going to be 6 dice. And
A lot of wilds.
yep, 3 hits.
Is it just 6 dice?
Yeah.
Cool. Block 2.
And it also costs 5 power.
So that gives me 1 damage.
Yep.
So 1 damage, but most importantly, and probably the worst news for She-Hulk, is she is now stunned.
Yep. And then
Over to, since she did take a damage, I will give a singular power over to Captain Marvel via the leadership ability.
okay. And then I will attack Captain Marvel.
Absolutely. I'm going to spin 2 and bodyguard this, mostly just to keep the stun off of her.
Okay.
So 6 more dice on She-Hulk.
Yep.
3 more hits. Nothing else consistent. I block 1 this time, so She-Hulk will be taking another 2, but only getting 1 power from it.
Okay. And I think just moving right along then, let's do reverse polarity into She-Hulk. So, yep, that's destroyed. So yeah, so she is within 2, so that means I'll get my rerolls.
Absolutely.
So this is also a 6 dice attack.
Oh, and I can't give that extra power to Captain Marvel again, so this time it's going to go to Okoye.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Crit, and then
4 rerolls. Oh boy,
so
that's a full
gonna
7.
be Yep.
All right. She-Hulk takes. I got a crit. Takes 6.
Okay. So I will gain 6 power.
She only gets 1 power from all of that. This time she will give the bonus 1 to Enchantress. Just spreading out that wealth.
Okay, and then I'm going to just start throwing stuff, I guess. So we'll start with the steers here. So that's going to cost, that's a size 3, so that'll cost 3 power.
Yep.
And pick that up and throw that into She-Hulk there.
Absolutely. Roll 3 dice. Alright. Block this one pretty well. Block all of it.
Okay. And I guess I'll just go ahead and throw one more thing because I can. I don't know if that's in range. Doesn't look like it. So I'll go ahead and throw his construct here.
Absolutely.
And
spend 3 power again.
Yeah.
3 incoming damage. She-Hulk blocks 1 of it this time. So she'll take 2 more. And goodness gracious, that puts her up to 14 damage total. We'll give the extra bonus power to Wong this time.
All right, and I think that's gonna be it.
That's banged up She-Hulk. All right, so my original thought here was to be able to go with Wong, move over and heal She-Hulk with both his superpower as well as Medpack, but he just doesn't have quite enough power. So I think She-Hulk has to take care of Sabretooth before Sabretooth take care of her. So I'm going to go with a sensational uppercut that has been supercharged with superior weight training, as well as the 2 hammers make this a total of 12 dice. And I've seen better 12 dice rolls for a grand total of 5.
Okay.
No crits. Yeah. Maybe 6. Let me go back and check.
Okay.
All right. I promise I can count. I rewatched it, and it is indeed 6 hits onto Sabretooth.
All right.
So perfectly average.
So I am looking for at least one result here. Didn't get it. So that's going to one-shot Sabretooth.
Goodness gracious. She-Hulk will get 1 power back from that. She's going to shake the stun special condition and spend 2 power to play Medpack on herself to bring her down to 11 health remaining instead of that 14. And that will be She-Hulk done.
All right, well, I'm going to step away from that side of the board for a little bit and come over to the other one. So I'm going to go with Ultron, and he's just going to do an energy blast down into Enchantress. I unfortunately don't have the 2 to pay for her attack
Enchanting
packs.
abilities.
Yeah. So it'll be 5 on 5. So here we go.
It's a pretty good 5.
Yeah, not bad.
For a total of 5?
Yep.
All right. Enchantress does not roll that hot. She blocks 1 of it. So she'll take 4.
Okay.
And she will give the extra power from the leadership ability over to Wong.
Okay. I think I might just go ahead and do that again, and this time I will pay the 2.
Absolutely. Hope you roll a lot worse this time.
Yeah.
Not that I can really say much. Not quite.
Yeah,
4 successes. I only have 2 dice, so I need some crits to live. That's real unfortunate. It would be real great to have had that on the last one, so she will take her last 2 damage.
Okay.
And drop the hammer.
All right, I'll spend 1 right away to pick that up.
Absolutely. And she will give any extra power to Captain Marvel on that second attack.
Okay. And that's 2 actions for Ultron.
All right. So I'm going to go and turn with Wong. He's going to move over here so that he's within range 3 of Captain Marvel and She-Hulk. So he is going to spend 1 to take 2 damage off of She-Hulk. And then he will spend 2 to give a singular power over to Captain Marvel. And that is Wong's not quite super exciting activation.
I'm going to pass for my next turn.
Cool. And while I'm remembering it, and all of you who already commented, I'm fixing it now. She-Hulk is going to lose another 2 power for the Medpack she played earlier because she has 2 hammers on her. And with that pass, I'm then going to go with Captain Marvel, who has exactly 5 power, and she's going to spend it all to go binary, making her hit harder, defend better, and everything else in between. So we're going to throw a 6 dice energy blast into Magneto.
Okay.
And this will thankfully have some rerolls for a bit of consistency.
All right. I'm going to pay his 2 for force protection.
Absolutely. 1 skull in there. No crits. The rerolls help a little bit, so 3 successes on the this one.
Okay. Blocking 3.
Cool. So nada, and we'll do it again. Quite a bit better this time, mostly because those crits are going to come in handy. Quite a bit so. With rerolls, the rerolls turn into nothing. There's still 7 successes.
All right. Well,
this time Magneto doesn't have enough power. Haha!
Yeah, I force projection the wrong one. So
I was holding my power back.
Here we go. Blocking 1.
So
taking 6.
Yeah, take 6.
All right.
And unfortunately, that is all Captain Marvel can do, but I feel like that was pretty successful at the same time.
Not bad. All right. Well, I'm just going to have to hope the luck is in my favor here, because I've got a desperation play, but I want to try it. So I'm going to go with Red Skull.
And just how desperate is this play for the people at home, Evan?
It's pretty desperate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move Red Skull into range there, and I'm going to use Cosmic Invigoration. And for those of you that have been keeping tally, Magneto's on 6 out of 8 for his damage. So if I roll 2 results here, he's gone.
And what are the results we're looking for damage each?
That is a hit, a wild, or a crit. So
50-50 on each of these dice.
all right. Rolling 3 of them. Here we go.
Nothing.
Take
Magneto
nothing.
is fine, which is terrifying for me.
All right, so that's going to go away. Now, it's still Red Skull's go, so I'm going to just go ahead and take a little shot. Actually, you know what? I might just go back to that point. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'll take the guaranteed point, I guess.
Makes sense.
All right, and that's it for Red Skull.
All right, so I'm going to go with Okoye. And I feel like She-Hulk is about to get clobbered over here. So in order to get enough power to play A-Force Assembled, she's going to have to do her Vibranium Spear Blast twice into Ultron instead of once because she's holding a hammer, which is also what's preventing her from being able to do a field dressing play onto Enchantress. So this is really close. And, well, we'll see what dice happen. So first we're going to do a 5 dice energy attack into Ultron. He'll have some cover. Okoye does have her 1 natural reroll for being the general. Only 2 hits. Thankfully that power is guaranteed.
All right, so cover for 1.
He'll take 1.
Yep.
And we'll do that again. Even worse this time. Nope, nothing at all.
Okay.
She still gets the guaranteed power. She'll spend all 4 of it to play A-Force Assemble. And as a reminder, that is going to allow all of my characters to roll 1 extra defense dice for each other allied A-Force character that is within range 2. So for She-Hulk, that just means 1 extra defense dice. And really, that's the only person it affects on the table at the moment. But hopefully that'll help brunt this incoming barrage.
All right. Well, I am going to go with Magneto, and I think the only thing that really makes sense here is just to do 2 attacks. So we'll do the first one here, reverse polarity.
Absolutely.
6 dice.
Oh man, that's a lot of crits.
2 crits, and can't reroll that one, but I can reroll this one.
So just 7 successes.
Yep.
She-Hulk will get her 1 bonus dice because Captain Marvel is near. It helps a lot. We're going to block 3, so She-Hulk will take 4, gaining 4, and we will give the free extra power over to Captain Marvel.
Okay, let's go ahead and do it again.
Right, so she's at 13, 7 more, and she's gone.
Not quite as good that
1
time.
crit. All rerollable, so you have the potential.
No,
Not quite. So just 3 hits this time.
Yeah.
She-Hulk blocks none of it, though. So she's taking the full 3 here. So she is fully powered up again.
Okay.
And has taken a beating, to say the least.
All right. And I'm going to spend 2 for med pack onto Magneto. And I guess that's all he's got.
All right. All right, so from that last attack, She-Hulk takes her damage and gives the bonus power to Wong from the leadership ability, and that is in the end of the round. So I'm going to be scoring a total of 4, 3 from over here, because She-Hulk still has 2 hammers, and then Okoye still has a hammer over here, while Ultron has a hammer and that objective locked down, and Red Skull has his back objective locked down as well. So that'll put me up the extra 4 points, going up to 10, and bringing Evan up to 4 as we go into round number 3. Alright, so going into power phase, we get the power as normal. Evan will put his construct right here back to where it basically previously was. And now I have priority because of that Cosmic Invigoration play. So I'm going to start by rolling for Enchantress over here. Critter or Wild, she'll get pushed. She does not. I don't hold my back point anymore, so She-Hulk does not, and Captain Marvel does.
Okay, and that's an away push, correct?
That is an away push from the objective, so that rock is pretty well positioned, thankfully.
So.
And she'll get a bonus 2 power. And what about Red Skull and Ultron?
All right, let's do Red Skull first. Nope. And Ultron. Yes.
Yes. So Ultron will get some power. The push short's not going to do much, I feel like. So we'll just push him off the objective and down into the quarter down here. Bring him to the level playing field. All right, and with that, we will go into my first activation. All right, to start the turn, there was a little bit of doubt because I'm pretty sure Enchantress is going to be hurting real bad with that much power that Ultron now has. But I feel like She-Hulk being the leader of the team is a little bit more important than Enchantress, which is really sad because I really like Enchantress. But all that to say, we're going to spend 3 power and we're going to do a superior weight training strike or sensational uppercut into Magneto. This is going to be 11 dice with the hammers.
Okay, I'm spending 2 for his...
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And man, maybe I juked you out again because that's currently 3 successes into 4.
No. This time I at least have the power for the follow-up, so...
Yep.
I'm only blocking 1.
So take 3.
Okay.
So She-Hulk gets the full amount of power spent back, despite a slightly lackluster roll there. And Magneto will be slowed,
Okay.
which is only important because I now am going to spend 5 power for the defense rests. This will also be 11 dice strike, but you will gain the slow and stun special condition, and because you're already slowed, you will also be staggered if you survive.
Which probably isn't likely. He's got 2 left, but I'll
Yep.
spend 2 to do what I can.
Absolutely. 11 more dice for She-Hulk. And I tell you what, that's not great.
Maybe.
2?
2.
2
Okay.
on 11 dice.
Well, that's all you need, so...
You know, that's, you get 6 dice.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, you blocked it with crits to, oh gosh. Well, the good news is you are stunned and staggered.
Okay.
Wait, no. The attack has to deal damage.
Ah, excellent.
You were not staggered. Oh heavens. Magneto has how much health left?
2.
She-Hulk's gonna spend 3 and throw his own construct at Magneto.
I'll spend 1 for brace for impact.
Ah! Foiled! She-Hulk's in trouble.
All right. So I think I'm just going to have to go for it here. I've been working at getting She-Hulk down this whole time, so let's go for it. Reverse polarity from Magneto into She-Hulk. 6 dice rerolls. And that one is cocked.
That was a crit.
All right, well, thank you. And
Yeah, it wasn't. I lied. All right, so
that's going to be
6.
Yep.
Cool, that is more than enough to deal with her. And it is. She-Hulk is thankfully not yet removed from the board, but she is most certainly dazed.
Yep, so I know you've still got that field dressing play, but at least the hammers will drop.
Yep, she'll get 4 power, and we will give the bonus power over to Captain Marvel.
Okay, I'm going to spend 2 power to pick up both those hammers. Then I'm going to... Alright, well, since he's slowed and I can't do the extreme conditioning play, I'm still going to run away, just much slower and much sadder. So that will be it for Magneto.
Alright, so unfortunately there's not a whole lot to do over there after Magneto ran away, so I'm going to turn my attention to the other side of the board, and Okoye is going to move medium, just get herself on that objective along with Enchantress, and then it's going to throw her Energy Vibranium Spear Blast into Ultron. 5 dice energy. This time he won't have cover, so who knows, I might get more than 1 damage in. And by golly.
Yeah, looks like it.
I can't reroll the skull with her ability, but that is 5 successes.
All right.
To 4 blocks, so no, still just the one. She gets her 1 guaranteed power. Then she's going to spend 2, both of her power, and Enchantress is going to spend 1 because they're both within range 3 Voltron to disarm him for the remainder of the round. And with that, Okoye is done.
Okay, I'm going to go with Ultron, and he is going to go ahead and do his big attack against Enchantress. So that's going to be a Metallic Fury. I'll spend 3 power for the attack, and then I'll spend the additional 2 so she doesn't get her enchanting bonus.
Absolutely.
So he's disarmed, and he does have a hammer, so that's a net of -1 die. So that's going to give him 6.
Yep.
And
All right.
great, we got 3.
Enchantress lives. She gets a crit. So blocks 1, so she's only taking it 2, thankfully. Gets her back up to her full 10 power, and she'll give that bonus power over to Okoye.
Alright, so next up I'm going to spend 3 power to throw, use Kinetic Field Generator, and throw this piece, medium, into
Absolutely.
Enchantress.
So it's 4 incoming damage, which is lethal by a lot of bits. So Enchantress needs some good dice. She blocks 2, takes 2, and is alive on 1 health. And she will give that bonus power out to Captain Marvel.
Okay. Well, it's not exactly what I wanted, but I guess it's okay. I think at this point, if I attack her, I lose the point, and it kind of feels bad, but I think at this point I just need to make sure that this point is a tie. So I'm just going to move him up and leave her alive on 1 health.
Absolutely.
And that's it for Ultron.
All right, so I'm going to go with Wong here. And during Wong's activation, Captain Marvel is going to play Field Dressing for 4 power, which will then let She-Hulk be alive on a single health. So she's at 19 out of 20. Wong will then use an action and a power to heal her for 2 more. And then his other action is just going to be a movement back to within range 1. And then Wong is done.
All right. Well, I'm going to do what, in my usual opinion, is something you should not do with Red Skull. But that's the type of game it is, I guess. So we're going to get him nice and close here. And let's not do that quite that close. We'll do it right there.
Cool.
And we're going to do a strike against She-Hulk.
5v3.
Yep. Two.
2. So She-Hulk lives and blocks the 2.
All right. That's, I guess, 2 actions, so I don't have any power to do any cube stuff, which makes Red Skull very sad, but he is done.
All right, and with Evan's last character gone, it is time for the 1 health Enchantress to win the game. She is going to start by spending 2 power and advancing Ultron short to get him off of that point. And then she is going to move medium twice. Once. And if you wouldn't mind moving her.
Yep. To here?
Yep.
Okay.
And she will spend 3 power twice for a total of 6 to take both hammers off of Magneto. Because they're just over there making out. And with that, I am now controlling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Okoye also has a hammer for 6. I am at 10 out of the 16 needed, so Captain Marvel will skip her activation as we end the turn or round. I will go up there, and Evan will get 1 for the hammer Ultron is holding. And that is the game.
All right, good game. Well, that was a little bit of a beatdown, but I think it was maybe a little closer than the final score indicated, so it was still a good game, and I still obviously really enjoyed it. I think for me, the couple things as I was gathering my post-game thoughts. Number 1, from roster building, or squad building, I guess, I was expecting Nate to go with 4, so I kind of matched that, and that didn't really work out. Nate had 5, and on such a wide objective that really put me at a bit of a disadvantage. And then from there in the first round, I think probably my biggest mistake in the game was I had Magneto too close, and She-Hulk was able to come in and do her thing. So in hindsight, I probably would have changed that. I also remembered it's been a few weeks since I've played. I'm not a Cabal player normally, so I did forget to give myself some of that extra bonus power from attacks. So I'm not sure it would have made a huge difference, but you know, that's how it goes. So overall, still a great game. I haven't cracked the She-Hulk puzzle yet. I've played her a couple times, and I think both times I've lost decently. So I'll have to keep getting more practice, and we'll see where it goes from there. So again, another great game. Thanks again, Nate, for having me, and I am looking forward to the next one.
This was a tough game from turn 1 for Evan, mostly because I could ensure that She-Hulk would be the last character to go and probably have 3 attacks with her special delivery, and there wasn't a lot he was going to be able to do about it while still making use of Magneto or setting him up for a good turn 2. And from there, She-Hulk did what she does best, which is just throw dice. And also being able to steal the size 4 terrain piece before Magneto could get the chance to use it ensured her staying alive a bit longer as well. I got to use all of my tactic cards, not always to their best effect, but still well enough, and I really think that the game's MVPs for me were She-Hulk for what I feel like are obvious reasons, and Enchantress. Being able to steal Ultron's hammer turn 1 was pretty nice while contesting the point. It is unfortunate that she proceeded to just fall over for turn 2 after giving Ultron too much power. But her being able to stay alive with even just 1 health on turn 3 allowed her to effectively score 3 points by moving Ultron off of a point and taking a couple of hammers all in one go. I really like this team at 18 threat, and I'm really also just excited to see what else the A-Force and Asgardians can do together in the future. I want to always say that I appreciate Evan coming out and getting a game in on camera, and if you're interested to get a game in on or off of camera and are swinging through the greater Nashville area, feel free to message me, and hopefully we can find something that works out. I am happy to say, though, that I also have a new Patreon tier going live today that includes some custom new tokens, along with a Gamer Guild pin. There should be another video going live this weekend showcasing those and a little bit more information about this new tier. And with that, I have to thank all of the current members of the Guild Hall, alongside those who have considered it, as it is a really just cool and humbling to have this kind of support from the community. As well, if you have any questions, whether it be rules or otherwise, feel free to reach out and ask at either of my links down below. As always, thank you all for watching, and until next time, keep on gaming.